Hello and welcome to the history of the X-Files. Omega Ordain coming at you with a brief history into the bees of X-Files. And here we go. At the Roswell Municipal Ball Field in Roswell, New Mexico, on June 30th, 1947, Arthur Dales, an officer from the Roswell Police Department who had been assigned to protect baseball player and targets of racist Josh Exley, saw two men use the dishonest excuse that a bee had been on him. Exley replied that the bee must have been a big one, and walking back to the dugout, Dales nodded, claiming to Exley that the insect could have ripped off his head. In Miller's Grove, Massachusetts, in late 1995, Sheriff Frost suggested that killer bees had been a genetic experiment gone awry, let loose on an unsuspecting populace, and when Dr. Bambi Brenham first met Dr. Alexander Ivanov, she wondered if he ever considered programming robots he created to mimic the behavior of social insects like ants or bees, to which he admitted he had. In Canada, 1996, a bee from a nearby agricultural project stung a repairman on the neck while he was working near atop a telephone pole. Despite the worker attempting to swat the insect away, the man almost immediately swatted at his neck, causing the bee to fall to the ground, where it landed on its back but continued to buzz and struggle. The man later died, as the bee was a carrier of smallpox, and his corpse was found by FBI Special Agent Fox Mulder and the hybrid clone Jeremiah Smith, as they passed the scene of the incident together. Jeremiah Smith then took Mulder to the Canadian farmland, where the bee had come from. More bees in the vicinity of the flowering ginseng shrubs that were tended by members of an agrarian workforce that included blonde boy clones who had witnessed the repairman contract smallpox, as well as the clones of Samantha Mulder. A nearby apiary contained many more thousands of bees, giant pillars of honeycomb, and a narrow skylight that provided ingress and egress for the insects. Mulder, Jeremiah, and a Samantha clone hid there. After a month spent unsuccessfully inquiring about the Canadian farmlands with each of the special representatives of the United Nations, Mulder met Martha, who told him when they first met that farm had been abandoned, and the ginseng crops had been left to die, and that no evidence of the bees or bee husbandry had been found. No evidence of beehives had been discovered either. Before their first meeting was concluded, Martha handed Mulder a UN folder that included a photograph of Samantha clones working in the ginseng fields, and by about 6 months later also included photographs of a bee atop one of the flowering shrubs. Around the same time, Mulder called forensic entomologist Dr. Peter Valadispo to ask the expert about all the killer bees and fatalities caused by the bees. Alien black oil virus. Being stung by a bee carrying the alien virus could initially cause the victim to experience pain in their chest, affect their motor functions, cause their pulse to become tready, and a sense of strange taste in the back of the throat, losing consciousness shortly thereafter. The initial symptoms were similar to those related to anaphylactic shock and could be mistaken for this physical reaction. But the symptoms caused by the alien virus could affect individuals who had no pre-existing allergies to bee stings. This was true of Agent Scully when she was stung by a bee carrying the virus and experienced the consequential symptoms. Additionally, the paramedics working for the syndicate diagnosed her as having constrictions in the back of the throat and larynx, but deemed that her passages were open. Hey, thank you for watching the history of the X-Files. Special thanks to the X-Files Wiki and all contributors for all information you heard today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you can. If you have, thank you, and have a great day. Bye-bye.